Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is June 8th. Oh my gosh, we are ripping through June at a alarming rate. I'm excited about what we've learned so far, what we've discovered about ourselves so far. I hope you are as well. If you like these daily devotionals, if you're getting edified from them, please definitely hit the thumbs up button. Obviously, I welcome all comments down below, conversations, um, clarifications, you know what I'm saying? Unifications, edifications, justifications. I love it. I love it. I love it. Put it down below, right? And if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. I do different stuff, commentary, some reviews, um, opinions, that type of thing. I got a couple of videos coming out this week. So yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell. And welcome to the tribe, you guys. Today we're going to be talking about glory origin. Coming out of Psalms 45 and 4. Morning version of Psalms 45 and 4 is the TPT. That's Tom, Paul, Tina. And the evening version of Psalms 45 4 is from the New Living Translation, the NLT version. Okay, without further ado, so you guys can get into your Tuesday. All right. We're going to read Psalms 45 and 4, and it reads, "In your glory and grandeur, go forth in victory. Through your faithfulness and meekness, the cause of truth and justice will stand. Awe-inspiring miracles are accomplished by your power, leaving everyone dazed and astonished." Wow. I seriously like the TPT version of 45:4, right? That was powerful, man. That was powerful. Yeah. I felt like reading that aloud um, empowered me. I felt almost fortified in a way, right? Okay, your faithfulness and meekness, the cause of truth and justice will stand. Awe-inspiring miracles are accomplished by your power, leaving everyone dazed and astonished. I get it. I know they're not talking about me personally, but I feel empowered, right? The text says, when we achieve great things, it can be easy to forget we are our where our successes come from. I worked so hard, we tell ourselves. I did so much to earn this. There's nothing wrong with climbing the ladder of success, whatever that is to us. But when we neglect to give the honor to God for all our achievements, we lose sight of the victory itself. My. Come on now, read it again so that we can get it down in the marrow of our bones. Okay? There's nothing wrong with climbing the ladder of success. Come on now. Whatever that is to us. But when we neglect to give the honor to God for all our achievements, we lose sight of the victory itself. Right? We should do everything for the glory of God. He is the one who gives us all that we have. Make that your goal today. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. I keep going back to that line in Color Purple where Suge and Celia are walking down the country road. This is just before she gets to her father's church. And they are walking past a field of purple flowers, and they're talking and just sort of reflecting and doing some, not only depth of conversation but of thought process as well. And um, Shug says that she thinks it pisses God off when we see the color purple and we don't acknowledge it, right? And it's something that always stuck with me because um, one, I never thought of God as getting pissed off, but yeah, and isn't that a scary thought, right? I don't think you get pissed off like we do. Um, I don't even think you can disappoint God because He knows everything that's going to happen. Like, He's the beginning and the ending of everything. But just the thought that He could even be disappointed or mad at something, um, you know, is is huge for me. But also, it reminded me, it reminded me to always acknowledge. It reminded me to always give honor. And that's the example I always use, right? When I talk about gratitude, when I talk about lifting myself or oneself up from a dark place, it really starts with, um, in my opinion, love for yourself, right? And love for God and your purpose. But also it's about um, being very appreciative and acknowledging what God is doing for you, even though you may not feel like you're where you want to be or you have everything that you need, or you want. you know it is about acknowledging what He has done, right? And then for me, the last thing, it's about service, right? I think service builds your gratitude. It fortifies it, right? It solidifies it. It creates an atmosphere and a lifestyle of continual gratitude, right? Continual love, continual service. Like, they feed each other. They feed each other. They help each other to grow. They water each other, right? Love waters appreciation. Appreciation waters service. Service waters love, which waters appreciation, which waters service, and so on and so forth, right? Like, on and on and on. It just never stops. So, I always, when I read things like this, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that little snippet in the movie and how it impacted me because I'm a person that can sit in quiet and in silence and really enjoy myself. Really find something powerful about that moment. I can sit in nature, and even though I might be getting bit by mosquitoes and that type of thing, I always find something beautiful there. And I always am able to see the God in the situation or in the thing or in the color. I remember when my dog was a little bit younger, we used to hike all the time, and I would take pictures of the mushrooms, right? Because especially in the fall, deep in the woods, it's not as colorful as out, like on the roadside and stuff. It's a lot more sunny because the trees aren't as tall, and you find a lot of beautifully colored flowers, right? Or the leaves are changing. But when you're deep in the heart of a woodsy area, it's really kind of brown and drab and all that. But in the distance, you'll see little puffs of white or yellow, or like velvety browns. And you get up on it and you realize it's mushrooms. It's a fungus growing out of a log or a tree or just sprouting right out of the ground like little like little, little small structures, just out of dead leaves. And I used to take pictures of it all the time. I thought it was just the most amazing thing. Like in all of this death, here's this little pop of color, this little pop of life. Um, you know, and it's so weird, it's corny and it's nerdy, I guess, as well. But I just thought that was amazing. I thought that was amazing. Whenever I see pictures of trees growing out of charred soil, I think of it as amazing, absolutely amazing. Um, Nature, I've said it before, in my devotionals. If you ever want to have a deep appreciation for who God is and just how amazing God is, and you can't see it in a human, look at nature. Look at the colors in nature. Look at the order that is in nature. And it really speaks to the beauty and the creativity of God, right? And it just makes you long for him and love him and cling to him all the more, right? Because here is tangible proof that he is real. Okay? And if he is real, then what we read about him, what we feel, it must be so. It must be so. Right? Right? Nature debunks atheism, in my opinion. Completely debunks it. Anyway, I digress. Let me read the morning prayers. I went off, didn't I? On a tangent, honey. I am enjoying Glory Origin, okay? The prayer for this morning is, God, thank you for the many gifts that you have given me. Even just the ability to sit here right now and read something uplifting, I owe my wonderful life to you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ha! Oh, yes! Read it again. God, thank you for the many gifts that you have given me. Come on, think about it. Name them one by one. You be here all day. You be here all day, honeybees. Thank you for the many gifts that you have given me. Even just the ability to sit here right now and share with you. To rightly divide with you. To read something uplifting. I owe my wonderful life. And listen, every life is wonderful. That is why it is a shame, it is a travesty to end it voluntarily. Right? Every life is wonderful. Right? Yeah. Come on now, let's read the evening version of Psalms 45:4 so I can let y'all get on with y'all day. In your majesty, ride out to victory, it says. Defending truth, humility, and justice, go forth to perform awe-inspiring deeds. Wow. Wow. They seem so different. They seem so different. But the New Living Translation really encapsulates it. It sort of summarizes it. In your majesty, TPT version says, in your glory and grandeur, go forth in victory. New Living Translation say, in your majesty, ride out to victory. Come on now. TPT version says, through your faithfulness and meekness, the cause of truth and justice will stand. New Living Translation says, defending truth, humility, and justice. Ride out to victory, defending truth, humility, and justice. TPT version says, awe-inspiring miracles are accomplished by your power, leaving everyone dazed and astonished. New Living Translation say, go forth and perform awe-inspiring deeds. Different versions, same thing. One seems like an accolade almost. the TPT version, and the New Living Translation. In just my opinion, you guys know we just talking here. Okay, New Living Translation almost seems like a mandate, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It almost seems like a mandate, like a command, like like it is so. Right? Let's read the text. It says, the evening text says, have you thanked the Lord for what you've achieved today? He wants us to be successful in our endeavors, but he also wants us to remember where that success came from. We need to remember to humble ourselves in the midst of our triumphs. While you slay those dragons, yes, take some time to praise God. Go ahead and go for the goal, but give the glory to him, remaining humble all the while. The prayer for this evening says, Lord, thank you for the things that I managed to achieve today. Some days I don't feel that proud of myself, but the fact that I made it through another day of work, family life, or school means that I am using the gifts that you have given me. Thank you. Okay? And our question for ourselves today, okay, the question that we ask ourselves today is, what gifts has God blessed you with to get you where you are now? Thank him for giving them to you, right? Sometimes we can become complacent. Sometimes in the methodical, routine, consistent parts of our lives, we forget that it is not of our own volition a lot of the times, right? The beating of your heart is not a given. The activities of your limbs, it is not a given, right? It feels like a given because you've gotten up for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, or in my case, 50 plus years, right? Feels like a given, but it is not a given, okay? And when you forget that, that's where you run into this rough place where a lot of things begin to get forgotten. Become forgotten, right? Something like that. Okay? And then before you know it, you're only celebrating those things that other people celebrate. Right? So when people say, good job, Bob, on your presentation, you did an excellent job, like you're like, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. That's really good. Huh? When you get done with your appreciation, as you go through your presentation, you should be grateful through all of that. You should be thankful through all of that. You should be appreciative through all of that. Through the process of creating the presentation, through the process of forming the ideas, putting together the outline, being able to do the technical part of it, having the aptitude for that, right? It shouldn't be this, when someone says you did great, that you realize that you did great. Or you realize, oh no, I'm sorry. It shouldn't be at the point where someone says you did great that you then become appreciative, right? You are appreciative, is what I mean to say. You are appreciative through the process, because every part of the process is a reason to celebrate. Every part of the process that you achieve successfully is a reason to celebrate. Even your failures are a reason to be appreciative, because some people fail to be on time and they just missed losing their lives. I gave y'all a moment of silence there so you could sit with that. See, this is what I mean when I say you have to be able to see the God in every situation. Right? Because he when you say, Lord, I want you to be in charge of this thing, I want you to be the driver, I want you to be the pilot, That means every part of everything is orchestrated. That means we ask him, and he does. He gives us according to his will and his purpose, right? And so we have to be very appreciative. I tell the story once before, and I don't think I've ever done it for our devotionals since we started in January, but I've told the story before about how I had a horrible toothache, and this was like 10, 12 years ago. And at the time, I don't think I had health insurance, so I wasn't trying to go to the dentist, right? And I remember it's one of those things where it could go horribly wrong, and you just have to bite the bullet and, get the $500 up and go to the dentist, or you suffer, right? And I was in so much pain. I'd actually broken a tooth, and I didn't know it. I felt something, but I didn't know what was going on. And then I just kept going on about my day or my week or my month or my few months because it wasn't hurting. And then eventually, of course, it's broken. It starts to decay, and it started to get inflamed and obsessed, and I abscessed, and it was hurting. And I remember praying and asking the Lord to help me. I mean, the toothache pain is like nothing you'll ever. I'm telling you, there's only one other thing that's worse than tooth pain, and we won't get into that. That's a story for another day. But I remember praying and asking the Lord to remove the pain, to help me with that tooth. And I went on about my business. Maybe in about 3 days after that, it comes to me that I am not in pain. It wasn't the moment that the pain stopped that I recognized it, because I had been living with it for a while. It wasn't until one day I was sitting at a stoplight. I can still tell you the street I was sitting at. And I realized, my tooth doesn't hurt anymore. And I couldn't remember when it stopped. God had answered me just like that. And I didn't recognize it right away. Obviously, when I did recognize that it had stopped, I was super appreciative. But the moment that the pain stopped, I don't know if I was just busy or oblivious, or at that point I just felt the pain all the time and just assumed that it was understood. I don't know. But I always tell that story and use that example because you can get into the habit of asking God for things, but and he does them. But if you're not in the habit of recognizing them and appreciating them, they will slide past you, and you will forget to acknowledge the color purple. Okay? And while I don't think God is man that he should lie, nor the Son of Man that he should repent, in terms of him having these human emotions of being peed off, PO'd. I do think that it is important for us to acknowledge his mercy and his goodness and his glory, right? And it is important for us to acknowledge the origin of that glory. It comes from the Lord, all right? The glory of beautiful things, the glory of nice things, the glory of achievements, accomplishments, okay? The glory of follow through, the glory in nature, in the movement and the working and the operation of your own body, right? I think that's important, that we acknowledge those things. Okay? Our help comes from what? The Lord. Yeah. That's all I got for you guys today. I went on a little long, but I wanted us to talk about it, because we build lifestyles for different things. And we build into our lifestyle for different things. Like some people just like nice things. They like nice dinners. They like a great wine. They love beautiful clothes. They like name brand. That's the lifestyle, right? Um, but I wanted us to really, really think about building um, appreciation and the acknowledgement for who God is and what God does for us, minute by second. I mean, second by minute, by hour by hour, by day, month by month, week by week, so on and so forth. We have to build that into our lifestyle. It has to become like breathing for us, right? That's all I wanted us to understand. Well, you guys, my prayer for you today is that you will see the color purple throughout your day, the busy, busy day. I don't mean literally the color purple, obviously. I'm using that as a metaphor. But as you're driving and you're sitting at the stoplight, or you're putting on your shoes and you bend down and you don't feel that pain in your back that you ask the Lord to help you with, or if you you know are 15 minutes early for work when you thought you were going to be 20 minutes late. um if you get to the store and you've prepared to spend $25 on groceries, and God makes it so the discounts are there, and buy one BOGOs and all of that, and you get it all for $10. Like I just want you to recognize those pops of color in your life. Recognize those moments that He is blessing you. Recognize the little bitty things, right? And so then when we get our accolades and we get our appreciation from people, or we get some sort of financial reward, or some sort of tangible gain, we immediately begin to thank God for those things, right? And all the little things that led up to that big thing, right? That's all. I just want it to become routine for us. And my prayer for you today is that you will see the little moments of gratitude. You will have them. You will see them, you will acknowledge them, and you will have them. That's my prayer for you today, you guys. I love you so much with the love of the Lord. I do. I really do. And there's nothing you can do about that. I hope you got something from today's devotional. Hope you learned something. Love to hear down below a couple of things that you're grateful for. I'd love to hear some experiences where you've forgotten about something that He did for you, and when it came to you, boy, you rejoiced all over again. When you just think about His goodness and His mercy and His kindness and His generosity and His faithfulness to us. Yeah. You think about you don't deserve none of it, really. And you also think about there's so many people all around this world who would love to trade places with you. Even in the midst of your misery, they would count it all joy. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Y'all have a wonderful day today. Hope I see you guys tomorrow. Hope I hear from you down in the comment below. And until next time, honeybees, mwah, I'll holla.